despite what you read on the internet, there's nothing secret at Pohakuloa. This is the first job in my entire career I don't deal with any secret information. I don't even have a computer that processes secret information up there. So we are an absolute open book. So feel free. I actually spoke to Waikoloa, I don't know, a few weeks ago. And boy, they hit and let me have it. And I was glad because it made me feel like I was at home at dinner, Sunday dinner with my older brothers. Fantastic. I love the give and take. So hit me, please. First thing I want to talk about is just our mission, what we do up there. As I said, our mission is to support the people who are going to war. Be honest with you, Big Island, and I know some people might chuckle at this, really I felt so at home here, especially Waimea, because it's like small town North Carolina where I grew up in. But part of being in a small town is if you don't tell your story, somebody else is going to, and you're probably not going to like what they say. So, you know, us getting out there and being able to talk about this, so I really appreciate y'all having me here tonight. And then finally, the end state is to establish PTA as the Pacific Region's Combat Training Center, or premier combat training center, really. Now, I'll come back to this. Keep this in mind. PTA is not expanding, okay? I know we've seen all kinds of stuff come out left and right and that and the other. We're not expanding, and I will discuss that here in a minute. Okay, just recently we added, let's see, 20% more full-time military on the base. So we're up to a total of 5 full-time military that work at the base right now, up from 4. The rest of the folks, the rest of the 200 folks that are up there, most of whom are all civilians, most of whom grew up here on this island. Going across, we have our headquarters, our airfield, we have our public works, and that's where our environmental and cultural departments sit. Within the environmental and cultural department, we have roughly 20 to 25% of everybody that works on the base do nothing but environmental and cultural preservation at the base. Of course, our police, fire, ranges, logistics. It's kind of the obligatory organizational chart. Now, this is where I'm getting to. This is the things that are happening at the base. Some of the things you see pop up in the news, some of the things you don't. PTA planning or master planning, all abuzz. The big thing that I'm looking for is not to expand the base, keyword, but to make it better. Okay, everybody's passed by the eyesore that those Quonset huts are. On those Quonset huts, you will see a T and a number. That T, honest to God, stands for temporary. Okay, in Army terms, that means that you build this building and 5 years later, you tear it down, you put up something permanent. Okay, so we're sitting in 60-year-old temporary buildings. So we really got to upgrade the cantonment area, not to bring more people through, but so that it doesn't leak or flood or anything else in those areas. We've got 1950s electrical going through there. You know, great for that one transistor radio that the guy at the end of the Quonset hut had back in 1956. Not so great for the 72 iPads, iPhones, and everything else that the soldiers want to put in there. Okay, so we're looking at upgrades to that. We're looking for upgrades to the ranges. To be honest with you, we are doing the best with what we've got, but certainly we've got to look at what is the modern day standard to make our people safe. Okay, we have our group of soldiers that are going to come here. We're not going to start flying people here from the mainland because they've already got the most modern ranges on the mainland. We've got to make sure that the soldiers and the Marines, the National Guard, and the reserves have the type of training capacity that you would find anywhere else. So that's what we're looking for. So whenever you see PTAs expanding, no, there's no place to go anyway. You've seen probably last year sometime this infantry platoon battle course. That's one of the range upgrades we've got in. It's actually a $29 million range that's going in. Bids are out and they should be coming back at the end of this month, I believe. 4 helicopter landing zones. What that is to provide capacity. That is actually on the PTA facility. And what it does is gives the units that are already coming there more training options. That close air support facility, I got all kinds of grief on that one. What that is downright, you really can't see. You ever seen those sea land containers? You see them over at the ports. What they're going to do is they're going to put a bunch of those in the impact area. Now, we already have planes that come up there and they do, bomb training. Same units that came here before are the ones that are going to come in the future. The issue is they don't have anything to aim for. The good news with these is when they're using this range, you aren't going to hear boom. If you are more than 400 yards away from this facility, you won't hear a thing because they use concrete bombs. And what it is it's a precision bombing facility. So some of those times that people would normally hear boom, it's going to be a white puff of concrete, and that's it.